The old 1-2.
The old 1-2. Why not the 3-4?
Cause actually you're right. I already 2-0'd him, so
Yeah.
it would be 3 and 4, wouldn't it?
3-4 is in this extended series.
It would be a repeat of the 1-2, which turns into the 1-2-3-4.
Dude, on the bracket, it looks like you beat Sasquatch too. It's so sick.
Yeah.
When you tell the story of today to your grandkids, you know, they're gonna say, "You beat Sasquatch."
The
And
height
you're
of
gonna be
my
like, you know,
SC2
kids,
career.
you know, grandkids, I did. It was a great day. It was a great day, and your grandpappy was able to make it happen in the lower bracket. But what about SWS? Grandpa Axslav, did you beat him? That's what you'll. That's what
Yep.
they'll ask you, Nick.
That's
what
what they'll
are
ask
you
me.
gonna say to them, Nick?
I don't know.
What will you respond?
I don't know, man.
Grandpa Axslav, did you beat SWS?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did, said Grandpa Nicholas.
Yep.
Oh, man. All right, so bracket update. Not a lot. I've been refreshing the bracket literally every 10 minutes, and not a lot is happening.
Oh, you know, a couple of good players got well, Sasquatch played Armadillo in round 1. Armadillo, of course, is very good.
Dude, Armadillo's.
Armadillo knocked out Sasquatch, but then look at Jig's run.
Whoa, Jig doing a jig.
Dude, Jig.
Oh, Jig beat SWS,
Yeah, and Armadillo.
and he's playing Kapach.
I don't even know who Jig is. She'd probably beat Kapach too if he beat both of them. I don't know who Jig is actually. Do you know who he is?
Jig. Isn't that the peanut butter brand?
That's Jif.
No, it's Jig.
Okay. I'll
Isn't
roll
it?
with
No,
you.
no, no. Like I feel like it is. Moms like you choose Jig. Isn't that? Okay, see now my mind is scrambled. I don't know which one it is. It's
Sometimes
Jif.
I can't tell.
No, you're right. It's Jif. It's Jif.
I couldn't tell if you were
That's
trolling me
the
there or
point.
not.
That's the point, Nick. If you knew what I was doing, that would ruin the purpose of
Yep.
it.
This is true.
Yeah, Jig. Cool. So he's doing a great job. I haven't heard of him before, honestly. We'll have to see how he does against
Oh, look
Kapach.
at this.
Yeah, Nick, focus. You gotta win.
He's not chrono boosting his Nexus.
So what is he up to?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It's a 4-spawn map, so it's like.
He's not going
He's not proxying. You know who he is? He's just playing like extra safe, conservative.
Can decide what to chrono boost on when he feels like it.
Yeah, maybe it's like a 4-gater. Or you know what? Actually, I remember when I played him yesterday, he did a lot of the 3-gate into That was it, 3-gate into Stargate type plays. So it could be more of that.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you're wanting to watch on your mobile device, you can. www.majorleaguegaming.com. You can literally get out your phone right now and watch. Just go to your browser on your phone, type that in, and you'll be able to watch. Super sick.
One thing about PvP, if you can spot 3 pylons, you can breathe a little bit easier. Just because you know there's not any.
Proxying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the basic idea behind that. So
yeah, this is 3-gate pressure
yeah.
Stargate, almost for. It could be a fast expand, but it's kind of be weird because his economy's not quite as good as it could be.
For the new players out there, if you spot 3 pylons, like when 3 pylons are up, that's when you know that the pylons power buildings, right?
Indeed.
And if you're putting a pylon across the map, the timing for that, for the proxy buildings, is 3, is your 3rd pylon. So if your pylon is not at home, or if you're scouting your opponent's main base, you only see 2 pylons at that timing, then you know that 3rd pylon is built somewhere else, and you know it's powering a proxy building. Now, what Nick was talking about there, he was scouting his opponent's main base. He saw the 3 pylons, so he can know his opponent isn't proxying.
That was a nice Mothership Core move there, checking for a proxy Stargate.
Hopefully I explained that okay.
You did.
Okay.
And also about placing other pylons, like I like to put my Stargate in the back so it takes longer to scout. Like that one pylon in the front so I can warp in sentries to force field if I'm needed to. And then I like to have this so I can see like an Oracle sneaking in, or if you're trying to do, some move like that basically.
Yep.
I want to scout his natural expansion first so I can tell if he's fast expanding. That's like priority number 1. I like to put the Zealot here so I have a little more reaction time. So I'm less likely to miss a force field. Is the only reason I put that Zealot there. It's like, yes, if he sends Stalkers, it'll take a couple of hits, but it shouldn't die. And that extra 2 seconds to like position your troops and not get caught off guard can sometimes make or break a game. Now, if you're like, Korean who plays all day, then you probably don't need that. But most of you guys probably don't spend all day playing.
Of course, Nick here is prioritizing scouting rather than killing the Mothership Core. He saw the Twilight Council chrono boosting, so he knows it's blink, so he's getting that robotics facility down so he can go straight into Immortal production. Since whenever your opponent is going blink Stalkers, Immortals are always going to be worth it, especially if you're going for a fast expand, but it looks like Nick is going to stay on 1 base right now.
I'm just going to try to pick off a couple workers now. And then I'm going to try to just play defensive duty here.
Yeah, Nick is now making a decision to either harass his opponent or stay back home because he's afraid of the Blink Stalkers. Right now in his mind, he thinks that the timing isn't there yet, and he also sees his opponent's natural expansion, so he can feel safer, that it's not a one-base all-in kind of a thing. So I think it's a fine decision to harass. And of course, the problem here he has to worry about is not letting his opponent jump up.
Shoot.
And do that.
Paying attention there.
Of course, Mothership Core provides high ground vision for Nick's opponent.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake by me.
And it looks like he is bringing his Phoenix back. His gateways are finishing, though. Nick is still on one base, so he always has to keep that in mind. Forced to pull some probes. There's a force field on the ramp. Nick, once this Immortal pops out from Nick, he's going to be happy, and he's going to be able to hold this off. But right now, SWS is making a lot of probes. He's making an expansion, getting that economic advantage. But Nick does have the tech advantage with his Immortal out.
Indeed. Probably not enough to really kill him, but I can just expand myself pretty easily.
Nick is going to be looking to expand as fast as possible. Oh no, the Stalker's looking up from SWS.
Yeah.
This is a lot of Stalkers.
Yeah, I don't think you could have this many. I might just be dead here, actually.
It's a cool build, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed by his play.
It's a really cool build. Like, it's a situation where Nick wasn't expecting this many Stalkers because his opponent took an expansion with it. But it seems like the expansion was fast enough where the economy is now kicking in at that natural. And his opponent is able to have many more Stalkers, and in a situation where Nick would prefer to have a couple of Immortals out. So a great timing here from SWS, and a nicely thought out build. Nick isn't out of it just yet, but it's going to be tough. And the Immortal is going to die. Nick still has the tech advantage, so he's still going to be happy about that. His opponent is probably building a Robo right now, though.
Yeah.
Or he might have it already. Because I think he might have an Observer. If he's
I think I'm just dead, honestly.
Yeah. That's okay. It makes it more exciting if you're down 1-0 and you have to win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
So Nick right now is hoping to get that Immortal out so he can help deal with these Stalkers. He's thinking about an expansion too, but it's hard because his opponent has so much stuff. But during all this, his opponent does have an expansion, and his opponent is teching, making probes, making more units. So it's a very tough situation for him.
I don't think he's making too many more probes with the rate he's been building units.
Oh, you think so? Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
But
that's true. Do you think a Mothership Core would have been helpful during that at all? No. Like backing up and Photon Overcharge onto the Nexus kind of thing. Ooh, that's all the Stalkers.
Yeah, he just outweighed the Photon Overcharge. Yeah, this is the game. The thing in PvP, Mothership Core doesn't really help defensively when you're one base.
Right.
It just stalls for time, and time doesn't really help you if you have your buildings out there. That was a really well put down to build. I didn't react as well as I should have. I played a little too cocky. I thought he played defensively.
Right.
If I had my Phoenixes back, I wouldn't have had a problem from the start, right? Because I lost half my army before my Phoenixes could join the battle.
Nick is currently making his way to the tournament. Drastically, I can't even see the monitor anymore because you turned it so far. It's like a thin piece of something. But Nick is currently playing in the tournament. We're on his game view. And he's currently down 0-1 against a top 10 Grandmaster SWS who probably plays the game a lot. Nick doesn't play a lot.
I used to play a lot.
He used to?
I used to coach a lot.
Yeah.
Which kind of counts as playing, right?
Yeah.
So that first game, you know what? Oh, one thing that's cool about that. So I was wondering because it didn't really make sense. A lot of the stuff I'm like, how could he get the expansion in that many Stalkers? What happened is he actually cut a ton of probes. I was up by 8 probes. Even at the end, even after I'd lost like 6 probes.
Yeah.
I was still up by about 7. So he actually just, like, there was a totally fake Nexus. He actually cut probes at 16 on minerals and 6 on gas, which is a really cool build. It was all designed, I think for playing me yesterday, he realized I'm a super reactive Protoss. And so when I scout things, he can do a build that ordinarily, like, if I knew it, it wouldn't work that well. But it's basically to exploit the way I scout and react to things. And that was really cool to see.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you could do anything different besides, like, other than bringing the Phoenixes back, what other changes would you make?
I mean, I would have cut,
like, let's say you resumed replay, like, right when you scouted the Blink Tech.
Yep.
That'd be that moment.
Well, the thing is at that point, you couldn't tell how much he's going to commit to that. I could have done a better job at counting probes. I would have realized that he was cutting them faster.
Sure.
And I would have cut my own probes to get the Robo slightly faster. And I would have gotten the I would have got my second, third gateway faster as well, just by cutting probes. And then, you know, a couple more units there, and it looks totally different. And I survive. And then, even though he has a Nexus, his economy is so bad that it's actually okay that he has the faster Nexus because he'll be so far behind in probes.
CI99049 in the chat asks, why did he not build a mothership core?
So I'm of the belief that I don't think it really is worth the 100 gas defensively. Once you have a natural, I totally agree. But before that, I think you'd much rather have a sentry plus additional probe. I think that actually helps better in a fight than a mothership core. Or use that 100 gas to get an extra Phoenix out a little faster. Use the 100 gas to get your Robo a little faster. I think those are all better defensively than a mothership core. If we're playing aggressive, you should always get the mothership core because Time Warp is such a powerful aggressive utensil. It's much more good aggressively than defensively.
Okay.
And I don't think Foot and Overcharge doesn't really do anything in PvP on one base versus one base. It's like they're just going to kill your outer buildings, going to micro against it. At best, it buys you a little bit of time. But if they have more warpins than you, it's not going to be enough to save you in either case. And that's my belief on it. Now, other people disagree.
Sure.
And so this belief is all based off of assuming you're opening Stargate like me, so you need so much gas because you need to get the sentry, you need to get the Robo. It's just a pretty big gas investment to try to sneak in that.
So last question, I'll let you focus.
Yep.
Dawsome1 in the Twitch chat says, Axel, I think you need to tell him to make Void Rays, like now. Would a Void Ray have helped in that last game?
Yeah, minorly. I mean, it's not as big as the other things I talked about, but yeah.
Sure. Keep your questions coming in the chat, guys.
Instead of a third Phoenix, a Void Ray might have been decent.
Yep.
If it was mostly, I mean, I didn't know how aggressive he was playing it.
Sick. All right, focus on this game now.
All right.
No more questions from Axel.
No more questions.
Super crazy focus time. Focus more than a laser that makes a leaf turn on fire from a magnifying glass. That's how, you know, the sun focuses its rays on the leaf and with the magnifying glass.
Indeed.
You need to focus more than that, Nick.
I'll try.
All right.
I'm getting a Robo blind early just because I think he might be doing the same build from the way he opened, but I can cancel it if I got a Stargate, which is the main thing I cancel against. No, it looks like it's not. Yeah, it looks like exact same build. Yeah.
4-gate, is that with an expansion there?
No. Oh. Then it's with the Twilight Council. I'm gonna try to find his mothership core. It just popped out, so I might be able to get the ambush on it. Oh, he's escorting it. I'm gonna go pick off 2 workers. Then I'm gonna head back. I can use that and get back in time, I'm pretty sure. And this game, I just played a little bit safer than opening. I want to send these guys back because they'll help with the militia core.
Yep. Nick already has his first immortal out. Remember last game, his first immortal, it was a little bit past this, and his gateways are done. So everything compared to last game is looking much, much better.
Yep.
He knows exactly what his opponent is doing. Now he just doesn't want to die and eventually set up an expansion. Stalker's linking up, nice force fields behind. Time Warp going down for the mothership core. Nick is going to target that down with the Phoenixes. The Stalker's targeting down the Phoenixes as well. The Immortal kind of stuck in the back, but going to try to get those forward a little bit. The Stalker's blinking out. How you feeling, Nick?
I'm feeling good. I lost nothing. I lost a couple of units, but nothing to value. He lost a good number of stars. He lost the mothership core, so now doesn't have high ground vision anymore. That was a brave blink by him.
Trying to save that Immortal. Nice force fields, but just barely too far back. The Immortals will be taken down.
That was a bad warpin. I still think I'm fine. Maybe I should pull this guy back now that there's no expansion. That was a I had misplaced my guys. You kind of want to split your Immortals up.
Keep Zealots around Immortals.
Yeah, and that was a bad position around Immortal too there. But luckily I had enough space where I could get him back. And now he's in trouble actually. I think he's gonna, well, that was a nice blink by him.
Crafty blink.
Yeah. But he did lose, I think, 3 Stalkers for that. Huh. Poor
So
Logan.
Nick
This is
keeps
so
losing
hurt.
immortals. He does not want to lose immortals.
Yeah.
It's like when you're Terran and you're playing Protoss, like when you have tanks, like you don't want to lose the tanks, kind of a
I was
thing.
wondering, I had a little bit less gas than I thought I should have.
And the Blink Stalkers are meant to take down the tanks and the immortals.
Yep.
So Nick wants to keep that guy alive, keep the zealots near the immortals. So if the Stalkers blink forward, he can chop up the zealots, and it'll be worth it.
Just gonna park this guy there. I had 2 on gas for a while, which was actually a really big mistake. That's why I couldn't afford more. I need one of more sentries, because once he blinks up, if you can trap him with sentries, you win the game. You just saved. It's weird, like you don't think force shields are good against blink stalkers, but he has to blink to kill the immortal. He can't run 3 zealots, right? And as soon as he blinks to kill the immortal, even if he kills it, if he's then stuck fighting against zealots, that's rough for him. So.
So Nick is also keeping an eye on his opponent's natural expansion. I think he had a probe or a Phoenix there, or observer
Phoenix.
or something. Phoenix is there, so he is able to spot his opponent's natural. And now he sees the sentries at the bottom, so he has to be afraid of his opponent potentially forcing him on the ramp and not letting him out of his base. This is a nice advantage that SWS has right now, and something he can do. Try to contain Nick, because Nick doesn't have any massive units, so he can't necessarily break down his ramp. But he's going to try to.
He's got 2 Phoenixes.
Thinking
No,
about
what I'm going to
Can
do
you
is...
pick up the sentries, the Phoenixes?
I only have 1 Phoenix. And it just died, actually, to blink stalkers. But here's a trick I do against people who do this. It's my patented trick. I just kill them.
Okay.
It's a pretty crafty move.
Oh. Oh, your warp prism. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, that was... You know what? This guy knows all my moves, man. He knows them all.
Yeah, I don't know what that warp prism is going to do. Maybe hope he's
He's thinking about backing up now. That's what he's doing.
So what do you think? What if you think? Right when you fend off the blink stalkers, and you know he's making sentries and making an expansion, going straight for a Robo Bay. Would that be good?
Yeah, if you have the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got too much there. I'm just gonna hide right here. But you know, it's not the end of the world, because I have a lot of probes and he doesn't.
And you have a lot of immortals too, so I mean, you still have a good tech lead.
I actually think I'm doing perfectly fine here. I've got a better army. Economy is gonna be pretty close pretty soon once the bases mine out. I do want to scout him though. I need an observer is what I need. I do want to kind of just push out around to try to scare his army around a bit. And if I can find his army, maybe I can do something. Of
course, his opponent has blink stalkers, trying to blink forward to take out that warp prism, but a nice threat that Nick has with that warp prism. Keeping his opponent honest, and always has that ability to go for that harassment across the map.
Yep.
Which is fantastic. His opponent
and now I need to know exactly how he's trying to follow this up, is pretty much my goal here. I do want to get the militia core now. And we're going to get... No, we're not going to get another observer. I don't think I need it. We're just going to make sure there's no pylons inside the maps. That would be in annoying spots. I might have sent these guys over here too early, but that's alright. And I want to know if he's committing to mass gateway units or... Oops. Okay. Wow, he made an error there, obviously. Here's the able to get his way out of it. So we're going to have to just do this to scout. And I think it's going okay. I'm going to just transfer a couple of these guys over. Should probably get a forge. Oops. I kind of want to try to... I want to find out exactly if he's going air or colossi or just mass ground. Do we need to set up a wall? A lot of zealots there. Double Stargate, okay. So we're actually... I'm going to keep going colossi, I think, and I'm just going to go for one of these moves. And the next thing I'm going to do, I want to set up a third base as fast as possible. But he had the kind of enough of an advantage from that contain that I can't really hit a timing, which is normally what I like to do against double Stargate.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a fake one. I'm also not sure what type of Stargate units he's going for, which is the other problem. So maybe I'll do another little scout here.
I think your War Prism's going to find out soon.
Maybe. He might try to hide it for longer, though, right? You never know.
Well,
with these
did you not see
guys.
what he was building when you scouted?
I didn't zoom in. No.
Oh, this is what you can see right now, the Void Rays.
Yep.
Like, look, you can see in the Fog of War.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nifty little trick. I mean, I saw him there anyway at that point, but... So, Void Rays, what I want to do against that is I want to get High Templar. I'm going to keep getting Zelts. I'm not going to get any more Colossi because I don't want to spend my gas that way. I'm just going to go pure charged out Archon, and then eventually I'll go to Storm, but I don't want to go to Storm too fast because I could die, and Storm's not good in the small battles. It's only good in the larger engagements. I do want to keep an eye on if he's, of course, getting himself that third base of his own. I want to continue to crank out upgrades. Some people like Double Forge, but the third base already, I think that's pushing the boundaries a bit. I'm not even sure if I should get charged because I have the Colossi advantage, which kind of has to come to me. And I really just need to get a lot of gateways is what I need to do. So no third quite yet, but it looked like he was intending to set one up fairly soon. Well, it looks like he's actually going to try to do an attack on me with some guys. So we're going to position all my stuff over here. Going to transfer some more guys here. I'm not going to get the gas over there quite yet. And I just want to add up another. I want to add more of these gateways. Because we're going to need to warp in a lot of guys. Ooh. I may not have enough.
Those are great time warps. Perfect timing here.
Yeah, no, he's got too much. I'm dead.
He's trying to hit right when that third base is not kicked in yet.
He was just too far ahead in economy.
Yep.
His army composition is actually pretty bad. You don't want the Stalkers and Immortals are really counter synergistic with the Void Rays, but the army size was too big here.
The army is like a one-hit wonder. Like, it kind of has to work with that attack because if you have those units as the game goes along, it gets tougher, especially if your opponent is able to mass up like charge lots or something and just chop them all up. Then it's
well,
really
I mean, even in that attack, it wasn't a good army. For example, if he never made the Immortals, his army would have been much stronger.
Right.
If he had more Zelts instead, or if he never continued making Blink Stalkers, it would have been much stronger as well. So he really messed up his composition there. But if you take a look at his graph,
right,
he had 70% large army value, and that was from the contain. And it's like you said, I think I should have gone to support play a lot faster, or continued Phoenix production. Because if you have like 4 or 5 Phoenix,
yep,
you're fine against that. Or gone to Warp Prism faster and launch that counterattack a little bit quicker. So
yeah, he did a great job just being on top of everything you were kind of doing.
Yep.